Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gfinity Spring Masters. My name is Chewy. Joined alongside me is Knight, and we are finally, by the looks of things, ready to go with the first map between these two teams in the elimination match, and we're on Mirage.
We are. We most certainly are. But yeah, if anyone was wondering why there was a delay, unfortunately, one of the envious players had set the keyboards on one of the computers to French, and no one knows French, so no one knew how to sort it out. So that's we've never heard that one before.
No, that's a new one.
That's a new one. Yeah, that's definitely one for the HLTV history books.
So finally now the Gamers2 Polish squad have found the French settings and been able to change the keyboard. So it's probably set up for them. So hopefully we should be good to go live on Mirage soon. If you are just joining us, as we already mentioned earlier on in the stream, it's going to be Mirage, then Cash, and then Overpass if we do need it for the decider map. And I believe that Property won the knife round, so they will be starting on the CT side of Mirage. So let's discuss Mirage whilst we've got a bit to fill before the game does go live. What do you think about the map?
CT-sided map, without a doubt, but I think where you win Mirage is on your T side. You need to manage, if you manage to accumulate more than 4 rounds on your T side, Mirage more than 5 rounds, you get 6 or 7, then you set yourself in very, very good stead to go into the CT half, especially if you capitalize on your pistols as the CT side. T-side Mirage, it's all about your smokes. You've got to have your set pieces spot on. You want to push the A bomb site. The A bomb site is so large, and there's so many potential hiding spots for the CTs, like underneath apps, in apps, from the back of CT spawn, somewhere on site. There's like a gazillion places a CT can hide on site, behind the double boxes or behind the little corner, someone on steps, someone in jungle, someone from connector. You've got to be able, in order to push the bomb site, you've got to be able to shut off those choke points, utilizing smokes, using, for example, Molotovs to clear underneath the apps area or shadow. So it's important that teams on the T side of Mirage, even for the B bomb site, have got their set pieces spot on, because that is the name of the game for Mirage.
And it's, I think, you know, in some respects, it's clever little tactics, which maybe as us as casters and viewers at home don't know the specific level of detail. I was actually watching one of my favorite North American streamers, Flom, talk about that shadow area on the A bomb site and how you can specifically line yourself up in apps. Why don't you talk about that? Because I think you told me about that one, actually.
The thing is, a lot of people often neglect it. I can't emphasize how, I mean, I was watching a game where Envious were on the T side. They were pushing into Mirage, and they just, I can't remember what team it was up against, but they completely neglected the shadow area, and they kept doing it round after round after round. They still end up winning the game because they're a phenomenal team, and you know they manage to pick themselves up from situations like that. But when you push the A-bomb site, there is literally no room for error, and communication is key as well. You don't want to end up with 2 players on your T side smoking out the same area. I've seen it happen before, where one person, what he'll do is he'll do the duo smoke, which smokes off connect and smokes off jungle as a 2-in-1, and then another person will do it, and you'll end up with 2 smokes in the same area, and you'll be like, but mate, you were meant to smoke on top of the stats, because we know there's an AWPer, like, who plays mid aggressively, the same way Alu plays mid aggressively when he pushes through a connector and pushes up mid as well. So that's how you cut that kind of player off. So communication is just key for the terrorists. And talking about the terrorists, it looks like it's going to be the Poles to start us off on the T side.
Well, the have fun's come in as we are live here on Mirage and into the pistol round. Here we go, Team Property from Sweden against Gamers2 from Poland in the elimination match, the first elimination match in Group A of the Gfinity CS Spring Masters. My name is Chewy. Joined alongside me is Knight. We will be bringing you the entire of this best of 3 match, and here we go.
Here we go indeed. Rallen is going to smoke off steps, and nades will come in. JW pushed up mid, so he's gotten the intel on where Gamers2 are, but Gamers2, you know what? They're faking this. The bomb has gone towards the B bomb site, and Team Property have completely vacated it.
They have, but look, they're starting to like get their way over towards CT area now. As we can see, Mouse is going to be able to push down, getting that information about where the CTs are. As JW does pick up a kill, he picks up a second kill there, but the bomb's been planted on B. So the fake was solved, but the gunfights went in favor of the CTs here, so they still stand a very good chance of retaking.
But look at how great this crossfire is. They have no idea where Innocent is hiding. JW will get his third, though. It's all down to Sparrow, but Sparrow, well, the CTs definitely didn't spare him, and nor did JW. And that's what we spoke about at the start of the game, Chewy. You said that JW is such an important factor for Team Property here, and he definitely stepped it up that pistol round. 4 P2000 frags for him. And he, in fact, played such an important role at the start of the round as well, because he dropped out a window, pushed all the way up mid, noticed there was no one there, and to get that mid control and to also find out there's no one underground, that's so much information for the CTs to utilize. And that's why they ended up stacking the A bomb site.
Well, talking about JW, he will start things off here in round number 2 as he does take down Mouse with that M4 in hand as Berg gets a second kill, and all these T players now making their way out of mid, making their presence known very, very clearly indeed, and it looks like it could just be a cleaner sweep coming in from the CTs here. Very good anti-eco. Nice start from Team Property, so 2-0 will be the score.
2-0 the score indeed, and Gamers2, they planted on the first round, which of course has now given them that financial boost, because I think it's $800 you get when you plant the bomb and then lose the round. So they obviously lost the pistol round. If they'd won it, then they would have bought up anyways, and the CTs, would have been on the eco. But here we go. Looks like an A set piece is about to commence. They're just taking their time here. They took their time because they're hearing out that Team Property have smoked off ramp. They don't want to rush through that smoke, so they're just playing for time right now. And you're right, Team Property are playing very up close and personal, but Twist only has that UMP, and you'd really still expect the AK to reign supreme up against it. Yeah,
they're playing quite passive, so they've got nobody in CT spawn. They've got one player in connector, which is actually Berg, and then we talked about that fifth player there, Twist, underneath the balcony. Exactly where he is, and he will start things off in round number 3. Gets the first kill, but will go down, gets traded out, and nice entry frags coming in from Gamers2 as they make their way onto the A bomb site. They've got full control of it, and with just under a minute left on the clock, they will plant the bomb successfully, now giving 35 seconds for the retake attempt to come in from Team Property.
Yeah, but Gamers2, especially Sparrow's very low on HP, but it looks like Team Property are going to rally the troops, but not rally them to battle. They're going to fall back out and try and save these weapons. They know that they won the pistol round. They know that they won the round after that. They're not broke just yet. They still have a bit of finances to work with. And what they're going to aim to do now here, Chewy, is they're going to lose this round, but they're going to forced to buy up the next round. And if they win that round, then Gamers2 economy will go straight back down the drain. And we actually heard players, especially Nip, I tuned in a lot to their POV, they were talking about it. When they'd lose a round, they wouldn't sit and dwell on the fact that they lost the round. They said, all right, guys, this is a great chance for us to nullify the economy of our team. Yeah. Sure, we gave them a round, but let's flush their economy down the drain and capitalize on the fact that, funnily enough, we gave them a round, and it seems weird to say that, but that is how the money system works. So it's crucial now that Gamers2 don't lose this round.
Well, it's going to be 10 assault rifles across the map as it's a 1-for-1 trade at the start of round number 4. Getting aggressive on A is Gamers2 as they make their way out. Flash grenades go down. There's one player on the site, and it's another 1-for-1 trade, but JW tries to save the day, and now it's Rowland left on only 4 points of health. And Spiro here left on 70. 2 versus 2, trades all over the map, can't I? And I'm liking that Gamers2 have changed up the pace, got themselves out onto that A-bomb site quickly, but so far didn't quite work in their favor.
No, Rallen is bleeding internally. He's literally a dead man walking at the moment. Only 4 points of health. And what Gamers2 here are doing, they're just taking their time, but Team Property, they're not buying it. Palf has spotted Rallen. He'll have also spotted the bomb. And now it's going to take something very, very special from Sparrow to pull this one out of the bag.
Would be good if he could do it. Always nice to see some crazy clutches. There was one earlier on the Orbit versus Cloud9 game. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk about that a bit later. But he tries to find the head of Pav, but it will not work. Let's get his second kill in a row. Team Property winning that one. And now extending their lead to a 3-1 scoreline here. Let's have a look at the economy for Gamers2. It's a bit mixed, actually, overall. So obviously the aim of the game here for them is just to even out that economy.
Yeah, I think what they might do is just go for the Tech 9 buys, like you said, even out that economy. And the guys who have a heck of a load of money could perhaps invest in an AWP come the next round. So as expected, Team Property hurt Gamers2's economy. They're going to now be forced onto an eco. And surprisingly, we're only seeing 2 Tech 9s come out. But Sparrow has bought up armor. So we saw Olaf Meister do it a few weeks ago. Let's see what Sparrow can do with it.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll discuss that Tech 9 at various times over the course of this tournament. But, yeah, the Rec 9 as it's more commonly known in our world. But the smoke grenades go in over towards the A-bomb site. Once again here, Gamers2 favouring this larger bomb site for the majority of the time so far from what we've seen. Sparrow's getting aggressive with that Tech 9. He's moving towards the stairs area, but JW will start things off. Rallen and Minis straight respond there, and that's 3 kills in a row for the Tech 9 squad of Gamers2. Rallen left on only 4 points of health, and the bomb has been planted.
Yeah, it's a shame that that player at Steps for Gamers2 couldn't manage to drop Schneider, but he's only on 22 points of health. Innocent's Glock could do a lot of work here, and it would also allow him to pick up the M4. There it is. He will now pick up the M4. Rallen in a great position to capitalize, and the eco comes in from Gamers2. Great tempo from them, straight in there, and I loved how again, the smokes, we saw how crucial the smokes were. The smokes went down. It essentially cut off the team property players who were playing from CT spawn and the side of the area. So then they all pushed towards steps. They got up close and put... Exactly. And we saw that P250 headshot come in as well. And we know how strong the P250 is at that range. And they definitely capitalized on it. And they've now broken properties economy.
Heavy mid control coming in at the start of round number 6 from the T side of Gamers2. We can see that bomb on short the second. Spiro here just in Delpan, seeing if he can spot anybody coming from short. And as soon as I say that, he will found Pal, knocking him down to 23 points of health there at the start of this round. And we do see the AWP for the first time in this game coming out here on the T side of Miniz. And I think he's going to be one of the crucial players, in my opinion, for Gamers2, especially if he will be using that AWP a lot against players like JW and Schneider, who we know are very strong with that big green gun here for the property squad.
Yes, the Gamers2 here at mid, just trying to stick together. They know they don't want to lose these AKs up against the likes of JW and Schneider, because if they manage to pick them up, even with no armor, they will punish them. But Slow and Steady wins the race. No one on the B bomb site. Team Property putting all their eggs in one basket. Innocent here, the man who's just playing around with them, trying to fake it. But I think this... as soon as they realize the B bomb site's empty, Chewy, that's going to get the plant and probably win the round from that point onwards. But Innocent's got to be careful here not to give away this M4.
No, but he's still lurking and he's doing well with it. Twist on the flank though will get a headshot straight into him with his P250 and reward himself with that M4. That being said, we can see now the Gamers2 squad have made their way onto the B bomb site and they will be able to get that plant successfully here. Mouse with a nice kill onto Pow. Is he going to be able to get the second spray down? No, he puts a lot of bullets down range, but he needs to be very careful, Karnite. He's only left on 12 points of health.
Here's Schneider with the CZ, Twist with the M4, and he's creeping behind them at B here. He's probably just going to wait and see if he can get an exit frag. Talking about exit frags, there's Schneider with the CZ, Twist as well. And look, Team Property, they are on the more favoured CT side. But let's look at the bright side. This was an eco round for them, and they've dropped more than half of the poles. And that's a pretty good return, and they've obviously picked up 2 M4s as well. Well,
one important thing here for Gamers2, you mentioned it right at the start of the round, is that Miniz needs to keep that up. He was successfully able to do so, not handing it over to Schneider or JW. And let's have a look at the economy for Team Property. It's still not exactly too pretty. Obviously, on the CT side being more expensive, you want to get as much as you can.
It's tough on the CT side.
Yeah,
you just can't afford to lose rounds, especially when you're expected to accumulate around 10 rounds like on a map like Mirage. You find yourself, you won 2 rounds in a row, you lose 1, boom, see you later money.
So, quickly, question here, Karnite. What do you think about the stack that they're going here? They've got 4 on A ramp and only 1 over towards Palace on the T side.
Well, if Team Property push B and push mid and realise no one's there, then Gamers2 will be in trouble. But Team Property haven't done, but Gamers2 are just going to repeat what they've done or what's been successful for them in the last few rounds and just push straight out towards this A bomb site, and Berg with the headshot.
Yep, he's going to get that pop flash out the top of the stairs there to see if he can peek again, and we can see the Gamers2 squad are actually flashing. They make their way over towards the A bomb site. Smoke grenades go down, yet still the team advantage will go in favour of Team Property. The bomb is going to get planted nonetheless as Twist picks up another kill, and now it is Miniz in a 1 versus 3. He is on ramp, and let's see what damage he can do with the big green gun.
Well, he's got the big blue and yellow gun, and, well, he's going to do diddly squat. Twist picks it up, and Pouf will get the defuse. So, unfortunate there for Gamers2. I'd like to see them ask more questions of the B players, especially if they buy up an AWP this round. If they buy up an AWP, maybe send that AWPer. Well, we've got Rallen on over 7k. Are we going to see an AWP? No, we're not. So what I was going to say is I would have liked to see him perhaps pick up an AWP and go and test out the players on B. By testing out the players on B, I mean go towards B halls and just wait to see if someone jumps up near the van area. And if they can get that entry frag, then push straight in. Because they haven't really asked much questions, but I think what we're going to see here is a B rush. They are going to ask questions of Palf.
Well, here we go into round number 8. It is 4-3 scoreline, and Palf in a nice position. He switched things up, and he will get the entry frag here as they try to make their way down from the apps area onto the B-bomb site, but it's just a clean 4-man salute sweep. Make that a 5-man sweep. Great hold on the B-bomb site here. And what went wrong for Gamers2 there, Knight?
Well, it was pretty simple. They just... They ran into B with 5 AK-47s. A few of them stayed behind, and they dropped out the windows one by one. We see a lot of teams outside of B just before they go into the holes, throw the relevant smokes, like smoke out the forest area, even smoke out the van area. We didn't see that from Gamers2, and now they're on an eco, and they're all heading towards underground here. They've got to be careful, especially with JW lurking around, because we know how much he loves to go aggressive at mid. But let's see if they can frag him off. They've spotted him now, he spotted them, and they've got to make a move on because the CTs will close down.
The game has been found as JW does pick up one. Schneider with 2 of his own. We talked about how he is using that AK-47 instead of the AWP. He will pick up 2 kills. As we see Spiro trying to do some economic damage, he will get 2 kills with the pistol, but it won't quite be enough. And that will be another round on the board here for Team Property. So let's have a look at the money coming in. It will be, once again, 5 AK-47s for Gamers2. Now, we talked about this is a CT-favored map. We talked about maybe 6 rounds at a good point for Gamers2 to really come out of this half happy. The fact that we are now into round number 10 and they've got 3, they're going to be in a pretty good standing, but they do not want to get the momentum rolling for Team Property here.
Well, Gamers2, it's not over and out yet. They can't relax just yet. They need more than 3 rounds. They need a good solid 5 or 6, sorry, I was going to say, and that smoke's not going to help much. Maybe a bit of nerves coming into the equation.
Well, this isn't an elimination match.
Exactly. You lose this game, you're out. You're going home.
Whoever loses this best of 3 will be going home disappointed out at the group stages. And I mean, obviously both of these teams wanting to come in and put up a good fight, but with Envious and NIP in their group as well, it was always going to be a big challenge for them. So, into round number 10 we go. No casualties as of yet, as we can see the T players of Gamers2 once again making their way over towards that A-bomb site where they have had more success down over towards B, but still, no casualties.
Problem is, Sparrow's towards a B bomb site, and because he wasted that smoke and he's not got any flashes, he can't really try and sell the B fake. All he can do is make a bit of noise, but here we go. The CT smoke will come out. They're also most likely going to smoke off steps, but they've got a very hungry JW to try and nullify first. They have smoked him out, but smokes don't stop JW. Twist hiding in shadow as the teammates rally the troops. Team Property are going to come in, and Gamers2 getting completely mowed down here.
Well, the rotation came in so quickly from Team Property, despite the fact that they had 3 players over towards the B side of the map and not a single player down for Team Property. So when Gamers2 pushed those smokes in and started to get their act together and get going through ramp onto that A bomb site, there was technically only 2 players on A right next to that bomb site. JW got the entry frag and said, okay, they are all here, it's happening on A. The quick rotation came in and Property didn't really seem to look too bothered whatsoever. So that will be 7-3 now. Gamers2 just slowing down a tiny bit after a relatively good start to the game, and now they are back down to those measly little pistols.
Measly little pistols indeed, and the bomb is going to be in T-spawn. We've got JW doing what JW does best by pushing up mid. He'll get that information and fall back, but he might in fact run into the terrorists here. He still gets 1 frag despite falling down to 14 points of health, and that pretty much summarizes how good of a player he is. Even when it looks like he's down and out, somehow JW pulls it out the bag.
This is the thing, despite the fact that these guys, are playing with a stand-in, it's JW, who is a pretty darn awesome stand-in to have on your squad, and as we talked about a bit earlier on before the game went live, he's got experience playing with some of these players, Schneider obviously being on Fnatic a while ago. Once again, though, no casualties here for Team Property in round number 11. It is only an eco for the T side, but clean sweep. And now they've got that double up set up, so JW and Schneider with a big green gun.
Yeah, and the thing is, we're probably going to see that double up set up a lot more, because Team Property have won so many consecutive rounds to the point now where even if they lose this round, they've still got a lot of money to work with. And it's really nice to see them utilizing, unlike what they did on Dust 2, utilizing JW and Schneider. We've got JW, who's mainly the AWP at mid, and then we've got Schneider, who sometimes goes into apps and sometimes sits back and watches ramp from CT spawn. But the thing I love about JW, especially on a map like Mirage, he's so goddamn dynamic. The second I said that he'd been playing mid for a few rounds, he knew that Gamers2 spotted him out there, and we saw that thanks to the Gamers2 smokes. And where did he go? He went into apps and got the entry frag. And it's so beneficial to have such a dynamic player like that who can just open things up for you.
1 frag in round number 12. As that clock is ticking, and no indications initially about where that bomb could be going, but look at where JW has now pushed with that AWP. He's right through, making his way from the A ramp area down over towards T-spawn, and that is going to lead so much information here for the CTs. It is unbelievable. And he will go, well, guys, I've checked apps. I've now gone through T ramp over towards T-spawn. There's nobody here. It's probably going to be a B push. That being said, it seems like Team Property... Yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like they've been relatively passive over a while here for Team Property, but Schneider with a nice frag here onto Spiro as they make their way through apps.
Yes, they do. JW's going to throw that nade towards the G2 player. Down mouse goes. They'll know the poles now that JW is quick and trying to pounce from behind. Innocent spots a glimpse of, I believe that's Twist in kitchen. And well, he threw the Molotov out and cooked Innocent and sent him back to T-spawn. And not only did we see JW change where he was playing, but Schneider completely changed. He's been playing CT spawn and behind steps for the past 2 rounds. That round decided to go all the way towards B-Apps and see what he could do
and
there.
an aggressive position on B-Apps as well. He was right in there, in their face.
Yeah, he
with
wanted
it.
to get that second entry frag after JW. And that's what the Swedes have always been good at, having good aggressive AWPers.
Well, we've got a 5-man stack over towards A ramp for Gamers2 in round number 13. Of course, only a couple more rounds here left to play with, and Gamers2 are going to be looking to try and win them. Out go the smoke grenades, and I just love that camera shot now where we can follow grenades. It's so cool, but that smoke grenade has just landed JW with a little peeking hole to see what he can find. He does miss his shot, and out comes the Gamers2 squad onto the A-bomb site.
Got to be careful though, Twist. In a great position to capitalize, and there is that man too from Twist. Oh, ran out of ammo, and Gamers2, they planted the bomb, but the retake commences. Berg comes in, Berg tries to get the frag, not gonna happen. And now Palf, well, with 20 bullets in a dream, he drops down mid-eyes. Palf with the clutch. Great play from the Swede. The defuse will come in as well, and the dream came true.
Nice 1 versus 2 clutch there for that player, and I'm surprised because there was one of those T players looking towards CT spawn, and then they both started looking over towards jungle connector area, and he just came in. Yeah, lack of communication, came in, got the first frag, and then after that first frag, that second player who was left alive on the T side on that A-bomb site tried to switch around and get his crosshair on the player, lost the gunfight, and therefore lost the round. So Team Property in round number 14, they've already landed themselves on double figures. And Gamers2 now need to start winning these rounds. I think they need these last 2 if they want to have a good, successful T side here. And we saw them start pretty well.
It's changed again. Now Berg's the man who's pushing up mid. JW decided to go underground, and god damn it. They nerfed the CZ75, and this man still treats it like it was prior to the nerf. It's amazing to watch. Schneider comes in with a headshot, and at the moment, Team Property just too many levels above Gamers2. And Sparrow now finds himself all alone, and he's got a lot of work to try and do here.
I'm really liking the dynamic play coming in from Property, changing up the positions. You've mentioned it yourself as we do see JW picking up the final kill to secure the 11th round there for the Swedish side. And yeah, I just love the way that they're changing things. You know, we saw Schneider in CT spawn, then we saw him in B-Apps, then we just saw him in jungle area, I believe, and they're just changing everything up, and it's working.
This game, though, has honestly, I mean, I don't want to big JW up so much, but he honestly is showcasing why he is as strong as a player as he is. You just literally tell him, go do whatever you want to do, and he will get you 1 or 2 entry frags, even on the CT side of Mirage. It's ridiculous, and when you can rely so much on one player to just go and work magic like that, then it's such a crucial part of your team. But look at this, straight towards the A-bomb site. The Poles will stampede. Berg's going to come in from steps, sprays 1, looks for the second. JW comes in. There is the man yet again. Mouse comes in to return with the double, however. And at 3 versus 3, this is anybody's round.
Important frags from Mouse there. We've got to point that out that he got those 2 quick kills. And Property played really passively here on this A-bomb site to start things off. We actually had, I think it was Berg in connector just looking towards mid. They easily got that rotation in, but Mouse with those 2 frags landed them control of that A-bomb site. And have a look at the split here. We've got Schneider in apps. We've got Twist in CT spawn. They try and make their way over towards this A-bomb site, and they will get 2 frags in a row, and now it's all left to Maniz.
It is great retake from Property. Smoke goes out. Schneider knew exactly where Mineyes was, but the defuse comes in. And I'm not going to lie, I was expecting maybe at least 4 or 5 from Gamers2. It was a bit disappointing. But it's not over until the fat lady sings. But if they fail to capitalize on this pistol round on this CT side, then I don't see any way back in it for them.
And I think the difficulty here as casters is obviously we don't want to sound biased. And we do get that a lot. When we start to big up a team and talk about how well Team Property are playing, people go, oh gosh, these casters are just being biased. That's not the case whatsoever. We're just pointing out that we're loving seeing some of the CT side tactics coming in from Property, especially considering the fact that they do have a stand-in player, albeit that stand-in player is one of the best players in the world.
He's just pushing up connector, he's just pushing in without a care in the world, but they have neglected Sparrow. Smoke goes down, they're going to push mid. Schneider with the Rec 9 twist as well, and it does look like the Poles are crumbling here. They're outnumbered. It's 3 on 3 thanks to Sparrow. And let's see whether they can do it. They finally got the one-man lead.
This is better control, but Twist does get the kill on Minis there, making things an even situation once again. And it's 2 versus 2. Spiro's making his way out from Connector to see if he can spot any players. But also, of course, he wants to make sure that he can push this with his teammate. Just peeking individually as a CT is not good enough. And we can see now they're trying to find information as Spiro will get knocked down to only 8 points of health. Berg will go down. And now it's Twist, the last one left alive. Oh, they will get the kill, and I think they have enough time to defuse. Yeah, they should have enough time to defuse.
Yep, defuse will come in, but
great retake.
It's a good retake, but Gamers2, of course, would have preferred not to allow Property to get the bomb down and not to allow Property to have the potential ability to buy up come the third round, because Gamers2 really here, they need every single round they can get, and I hope they can do it. I really do. 2 FAMASs coming out, 2 M4s, and a UMP. They've got to be careful of these Tech 9s coming in. You lose an M4, you give it to players like Palf and Berg, who are phenomenal with rifles, and they will punish you. So they've got to be careful here, Gamers2. Stick together as a unit. Make sure they don't lose any of these weapons and stay extremely solid. But look, Twist just wandering in. Exactly.
Yeah, they're already out. Minize is going to try and see what work he can do as a team kill comes in from Rallen onto Miniz there. But it is back and forth frags on the A-bomb side. All havoc ensuing as now Berg and Twist will be the last 2 left alive on the T side. Berg has been able to pick up that FAMAS, but his head will get knocked off from Innocent there. And now Twist left alive in a 1 versus 3 situation. Only a Tech 9 to his name, and it will not be enough. Spiro finishes him off. 2 rounds in a row here for Gamers2. And now they need just to get that snowball effect rolling, start to get the momentum back rolling in their favor, and see if they can do some good damage. And we are already seeing an AWP come in from Minis.
Yeah. Minis, and of course 5 AKs all round for Team Property. Not too many nades to work with, however, only really Twist with a smoke and Schneider as well. So question at hand is whether 2 smokes will be sufficient to compete against this Gamers2 defense. We've got Palf who's creeping up at, spots a glimpse of one of the poles. It's Mouse who he spotted, put him down to 9 points of health. And are we going to see a B push here, or are Property going to pick up that bomb, fall back, and try to see if they can get an entry elsewhere?
You can also see Berg just going to flash his way out from apps to see what information he can find, but it instantly gets smoked out. So he's not going to be able to push through there anytime soon. And I like the CTs here, Karnak, because they're not getting too edgy. They're not starting to over-rotate towards bomb sites. They're just staying strong. And with under a minute left on the clock now, no casualties here in round number 18.
No, Schneider just waiting at the top of mid to see if any of the Gamers2 players have actually gone aggressive at mid. Mouse has dropped back because, of course, he looked like he was potentially going to be the first casualty. And, oh, JW with the shot through the wall. And JW, he loves going aggressive. He's most likely going to try and infiltrate and breach this B-bomb site all by himself. Spots a glimpse of Rallen. The troops are rallied. Palf comes in, and the B-bomb site now belongs to Property.
Well, Innocent's going to try and change that situation as he does pick up JW there, and he's going to make his way out from kitchen. Gets heavily flashed. Nice stuff coming in there just to delay it. And now he needs to be careful, because have a look at where the other 2 CT players are. They're nowhere near the bomb site at the second. So if he pushes in individually like he is, it's a big, big risk indeed. He's going to go for it. High risk, high reward, some may say, as he picks up the first frag.
Yeah, there is the first. Out comes the Rec 9, Rallen and Mineyes. Well, they pushed through Connector, they got onto short, and Team Property weren't watching it, so the Poles live on and live to fight another day, but there's still a long, long way to go for him, Chewy. Still a heck of a load more rounds for him to try and win. Technically, Team Property still have double the amount of rounds Gamers2 have, which really puts it into context, but if Team Property, Tech 9's coming out, so don't write them off just yet.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, if Gamers2 can start to break that economy, which is, of course, such a crucial element of CSGO, if they can start to break that economy, wear it down for Team Property, wear their momentum down, and bring it back on this more favored side of Mirage, this could be a very close game. But we will see as we go into round number 19. We can see that bomb just making its way over towards A ramp. It's going to be an A split, 2 through apps, 3 through ramp, as they make their way out.
Yeah, the smoke will go down, and that will nullify the threat of Mineyes' AWP. The main aim here, of course, for Property is simply to plant the bomb. And look at this great position that Twist has taken. How many times have we seen CTs fall into that trap? Rallen, though, he's got to get at least 2 frags here. He's got a teammate behind him. Rallen comes in. Innocent as well joining in on the action. Double from Innocent. And now 4 versus 2. You'd really expect Gamers2 to take this. But Twist going huge. Great play from Twist.
3 frags now. He's going to be able to pick up that AWP. And he saw one player cross over towards the bomb site. The bomb has been planted. Mouse will take down Twist. And now it's all in the hands of the Wonder Child. JW tries to come out. He will pick up 1 kill there, but Mouse will take him out. And he does have that kit.
He's got
and the defuse comes in. So there we go, bomb defuse coming in, but still, in the grand scheme of things, considering that was an eco for
Great
Team
round for
Property,
Property.
proper good round, and Twist in such a great position, getting in the face of them, just putting himself at the bottom of those steps towards Connector, picking up 1 kill with the Tech 9, then picking up the M4, and
3 AWPs.
oh wow.
And something, oh wow, yeah, wow indeed.
You don't see that every day.
No, well, Property get what Property want, and they've got so many quality AWPers. We said it before, prior to the game, that they can potentially utilize 3 AWPs if they want to. And well, Twist to get the opener onto Innocent, leaving Gamers2 somewhat hanging onto a thread as far as the remainder of this round is concerned. We've got the bomb just outside of B. This is what I like about Property. They're not rushing into things like Gamers2 were. They're taking their time, trying to sniff out where their opponents are, and then decide where to go from there. Nice, slow, methodical, thought-out Counter-Strike.
Exactly what we like to see here at the Gfinity Spring Masters in London. As we've already mentioned a number of times, this is an elimination match. Whoever loses this best of 3 will be out of the tournament, and I believe will be probably the first team out of the entire tournament, with this being the first elimination match in play. Property will get a second kill there, as it's a 5 versus 3 situation. Rallen does respond.
Yes, he does. It's 4-on-3. Mouse spots them, but Berg will nail him in the head as the Team Property guys surge in towards this B bomb site. Sparrow and Rallen now to try and save the day for Gamers2. It wouldn't surprise me if they just back out and save these weapons. And you know what? I must be Mystic Meg, because I guessed that one. But
Mystic
no,
Meg,
you don't have to
I think
miss
on the
it. It's common
lottery.
sense.
I
Sorry?
can't remember if it was Mystic Meg or another character like that on a BBC like lottery program ages ago in the 90s. I can't remember, but
I'm pretty
I
sure
swear
it's
that
Mystic Meg.
it was something along those lines anyway. But it will be 13-7 here, as we can see the T's obviously just backing away. They do not want to lose any of those rifles and AWPs that they've got in hand. So as the bomb will blow up, they will confirm their 13th round here, and that will mean obviously only 3 rounds away from taking the victory here. And I said kind of earlier on that Property, they didn't look strong on cash against Envious, so much so that they didn't even win a single round. So then to have a good performance here on Mirage and take it and go into maybe what would be their weaker map on cash is a good start for them in this series. So even if they do lose that second map, if they've got the first one in the bank, then they stand a relatively good chance of taking it to overpass and having a good shot, and that could go either way.
Yeah, again, it's not rocket science. That's why I thought that we are going to end up seeing Overpass. I just think that Gamers2 will probably edge it out on Overpass, but I'll tell you what, they haven't impressed me so far. They don't look on point as they normally are. Of course, these guys won an RGN Invitational where they won €500 1 or 2 weeks back, so let's see whether they can change things around here. Team Property, they've infiltrated Connector already, and Gamers2 have no idea, and JW, hungry for an entry.
Well, it was a triple AWP setup on the T side in the last round. Now only a double AWP setup, JW and Twist, not Schneider. Let's point that out with the AWP. You talked about it earlier on, so I won't repeat the point, but he's getting aggressive on apps and seeing what information he can find, and he spotted a player there, but nice peek out from Mouse, as he will take down JW here to even up the situation into a 4-on-4.
Berg. He's been boosted into window room, and this is a position which allows you to flank so well, particularly up against NAWP. Innocent had no idea he was there, and is this going to be the commence of the A push? We got players running in, rushing in from ramp. We got players coming in from connector. Mineyes is completely surrounded. Bomb picked up. Numerical advantage to Team Property. But Rallen is going to stop the bomb going down, and that could be huge for Gamers2. And now he's just got to play the clock.
Look at the clock, yeah. 16 seconds left. Berg has been able to find that bomb, and he will try and plant it now. And Rallen will be aware of where the plant is coming in that general area. He tries to spray down with his M4, but he's got to be really careful. He's only got 12 rounds of ammunition left, and Berg will take off his head. Nice shot with the AK-47 here. So now it's a 2 versus 1. Mouse with all of the work to do.
Well, let's see whether he can do it. And the answer is unfortunately going to be no. Schneider picking up the AWP. I was quite surprised to see both Gamers2 players actually try and retake it from CT spawn, because the plant was for short. And if there had actually been a Gamers2 player who was rotated, for example, offshore or rotating through connector, he'd have been able to stop the plant, in fact, going down.
Wow.
Or even from jungle.
Yeah, true. Well, now Property only 2 rounds away from victory here on Mirage. You can see JW peeking out aggressively, and he will get punished for it, in fact. Rallen there with a kill. It will get traded out by Pauf, and Mineyes with another shot, so it's 2 for 2 trade in all honesty. But of course, this is an eco coming out from the Polish squad, so if they can do some good damage, get some economical damage down to Team Property, and pick up those rifles, that will be great.
So 2 USPs and a Desert Eagle, and the USP is going to go to work. It's going to stop the plant at least. It's 2 versus 2. It's such a shame that Sparrow and Innocent just haven't managed to pick up any of these weapons. Finally, Sparrow gets an AK, and he's got the bomb at his feet as well. Innocent drops Schneider, and the eco surely will be won now by Gamers2. Twist on 23 points of health, and he falls to his death. And Gamers2, it looks like, when it looks like they're down and out, they continue to fight back. And great character from the Poles, but still a very long way to go for him.
Will be a force buy here for Team Property. We've got 2 Tech-9s coming out for Schneider and Twist. And is it too little too late here for Gamers2 to get the comeback?
It's never too little too late.
Exactly. That's why we love Counter-Strike. And they are on that more favoured CT side, although Team Property have looked the more impressive team, we've got to say. And the scoreline does mirror that. So round number 23, here we go. And in go the smoke grenades over towards the A-bomb site. The bomb is going to be late, though. It's now just making its way from T-spawn over towards ramp. And they're not wasting any time. In go Team Property.
Here we go, Sparrow in shadow. Schneider will wreck 9 him, but Rallen and Innocent there to nullify the threat. But JW happened. But still no bomb plant, which is good news for Gamers2. They just got to fall back now here, play it for time. But no, they show too much blood, and Twist is going to manage to get the frag onto Innocent. They're going to fall back now out of A ramp, and perhaps go towards mid. And this could end up being a great round for Team Property. They're going to go all the way back through T-spawn, most likely towards B. And Mineyes and Mouse have no clue, but they've got to move fast because, well, Gamers2 aren't stupid. Well,
now Mineyes has realised that the game is up on A, so he's going to make his way over towards B, and he has got that AWP in hand, we can see, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays with it.
It's important he doesn't get dropped now and leave his teammate in a 2v1.
Oh, nice shot there onto Twist, and will he be able to pick up the second frag? JW left on only 4 points of health in a 1 versus 2. The bomb has been found over towards B. The game has been up here for the Team Property squad. JW, and he knows exactly where they are. He puts the spray down onto Mineyes with only 14 points of health left on that player. Will it be enough? It still may be.
It may be. JW does the clutch.
Gosh.
Team Property on match point, and we've been speaking again and again about JW. 22 frags for the Fnatic man, and Gamers2, they've got to buy up as much as they can. They've got to spend all their dollar, but the truth is, they're not going to be able to fight with much.
They should have won that
round. You can't
round.
afford to lose rounds like that.
You can't. That could have been GG'd on Mirage here after that last round there. So here we go. 15-8 is the scoreline as Twist once again getting aggressive on a ramp.
Flash going out towards jungle. And let's see whether Gamers2 can live yet again to try and fight another day. They've done it before on these eco rounds. Let's see whether they're going to crack this Team Property attack again, but JW has other ideas. AWP kill onto Sparrow. Rallen hiding in the smoke. Knows that there's someone on ramp. Here's Twist coming in. 5-7. Surely we'll get the frag at this range. Yes, it won't. Twist comes in. 3 versus 3 now. But I still don't fancy Gamers2 chances, especially if they run round corners with nades in their hand.
Schneider will pick up that kill there, leaving Mouse and Mineyes, the last 2 left alive here. Mineyes will respond on to Twist. Now it's a 2 versus 2. 3 AK-47s and an AWP, and suddenly out of nowhere, Gamers2 have moved this situation into their advantage. Berg in 1 versus 2 to try and take the win here. A headshot comes in towards Mineyes. Mouse will clean up the kill there, and the defuse will come in.
Well, that was all Mouse. Mouse single-handedly there. 4-man from Mouse. And Gamers2, it was tough for them. They had 3.57s, an AWP, and a rifle, but credit where it's due to Mouse. When it looked like the rest of his teammates were down and out and down for the count, he stood up and he's picked up an AWP to add insult to injury now. And Team Property, they're on a Nico now. Gamers2, welcome to double digits. You'd expect Gamers2 not to get eco'd here, but you can't run anything past the Tech-9s. If Gamers2 can make it 15-10, then who knows what might happen from that point. But quite simply and quite literally, no room for error from Gamers2. And what worries me is that we've seen a lot of error from them so far here on Mirage. They haven't looked comfortable whatsoever.
Well, in goes that grenade, and it will do absolutely considerable damage to the T side of Team Properties. They make their way out. Mouse with 2 already to start things off. An actual team kill comes in there onto Schneider from Berg, but it won't matter all the same. 5 clean sweeps there. And that is double figures, as you said, for Gamers2. So 15-10 is the scoreline now, and it will be another eco for Team Property.
Not really enough money. They know they're on match point. It's not worth forcing a buy that just simply isn't good enough. Maybe with a lack of an AWP and risking things. So It looks like they're going to try and take the A-bomb site, just sending Schneider over to the B-bomb site to try and make a bit of noise, but Sparrow will nullify the threat already, but here we go. Tempo has been pushed up. The Polish, or the Swedish foot rather, is on the gas pedal as they surge in towards this bomb site. Bomb will in fact go down, which will give Property a bit of money if they lose this round, but look at this. They're a man up.
Yep.
That Berg has picked up the M4 and they could do this.
Nice shot from Spiro, though. Berg does go down. So the M4 has been dropped on the T side, and they have got the bomb down. 3 players with kits on the CT side, so they can push in together and see what damage they can do. 2 players making their way through CT, and they are all now on top of that A-bomb site. But have a look at the position from JW. He's going to be coming through connector. Spiro picks up another kill, and now it will be left all up to Pouf. He will not do it. The defuse will come in, and Gamers2 still hanging on by a thread, but kinda, of course, the question has to be asked, is it too little too late?
4-man there from Sparrow as well. Really, Sparrow and Mouse, we can see on the scoreboard, they're the ones who've really stepped things up here on the CT side for Gamers2, and fair play to them. But also fair play to Team Property. They planted in a perfect area. It's just really, really unfortunate. It was really, really well played from Gamers2, that they had the smokes, they smoked out the right areas. They knew that there would be a terrorist going towards ramp to try and protect the bomb from there. Twist getting the opener. JW with an AWP as well, and there is that man yet again. He's gonna try and take over this A-bomb site all by himself, but Rallen says no, he has other ideas up his sleeve. And there's a defensive smoke onto ramp, which of course should hopefully buy Gamers2 a bit more time and nullify any potential threat coming from that area and allow Gamers2 to focus on other areas to try and defend at the moment and try and prevent Team Property breaking through.
Well, it looks like it could potentially be a B split here coming in, as I think that's actually Schneider who's made his way down short, and we now can see Twist rotating away from A ramp and making his way through over T spawn area over towards B. But have a look at number 7 on the minimap. That will be Rallen, who's made his way right through the T spawn as Mouse picks up a kill there on Schneider.
Flash going out, Mouse. He's on the foe to a medic, only 8 points of health. Berg disposes of him and has a fat lady sung for Gamers2. Smoke goes out. Sparrow will Molotov the site though. He's going to deal damage to Palf, but he gets out of the flames, and this is going to be tough with an AWP to try and retake, but they've got to go for it. They've got no choice. Lose this one, they've lost the map.
3 versus 2. Twist will get a kill. Rallen is going to be able to respond. No, he will not. Palf does take him down. So 16-11 is the score here on Mirage for the first map. As I think we kind of expected, it was going to be Property to take it. They did choose the map. They won the knife round. They went CT side, and they really showed their class there. I think it was a 12-3 scoreline at the half. And Gamers2, once they switched to the CT side, they brought it back into good contention.
Really, really well.
Yeah, I agree, but it wasn't quite enough. Only 3 rounds on the T side. It just wasn't good enough.
The thing is, if they hadn't lost that eco up against the Tech-9s when Team Property pushed onto the A-bomb site, it could have ended up being a lot more closer. So that's what Counter-Strike comes down to sometimes. You lose those ecos, and to be fully honest, the current state of the pistols in the game sort of supports that kind of thing. But yeah, we are going to have Cash come up next, and we know that Envious, who granted are a very, very strong Cash team, 16-0 Team Property early on in the first set of games today on that map. So it makes you wonder whether it's a map they like to play on. But just been told now that we are going to go to a quick break between the maps, so don't go anywhere. Gamers2 up against Team Property. Stay tuned in.